Do you ever worry about the safety of your money in this digital age? In an era where transactions are increasingly shifting from physical to digital platforms, the importance of digital security cannot be overstated. It's like a virtual vault for your hard-earned money. However, this shift has also opened up new avenues for cyber threats. Hacking, phishing, and identity theft are no longer terms relegated to tech thriller novels. They've become an unfortunate reality of our digital existence. These are not just threats to our online presence, but also pose a significant risk to our financial well-being. Imagine waking up one fine morning to find your bank account drained, all because of a single click on a seemingly harmless email. Terrifying, isn't it? But fear not, because knowledge is power. Understanding these risks is the first step towards safeguarding your money. In this video, we will guide you on how to protect your money in the digital world. Before diving into the strategies, it's important to understand the basics of digital security. Think of digital security as a fortress protecting your financial kingdom. Within this fortress, there are several lines of defense, including encryption, two-factor authentication, and secure connections. Let's break these down. Firstly, encryption. This is a method of converting data into a code to prevent unauthorized access. Imagine if you could turn your financial data into an unreadable secret language, only decipherable by those who hold the key. That's encryption at work. It's a critical tool in protecting sensitive information, such as bank details and credit card numbers. Next, we have two-factor authentication, often abbreviated as 2FA. This is a security method that requires two different ways of proving your identity. It's like having a lock and a secret handshake to enter your fortress. Usually, it involves something you know, like a password, and something you have, such as a text message code sent to your phone. By adding this extra layer, it becomes significantly more difficult for hackers to breach your financial accounts. Lastly, let's talk about secure connections. Ever noticed how some website addresses start with HTTPS instead of HTTP? That S stands for secure. It means that the communication between your device and the website is encrypted. This is especially crucial when you're making financial transactions online. Always look for that S before entering any sensitive information. These aspects of digital security aren't just fancy tech jargon. They are the pillars that uphold the safety of your financial transactions in the digital world. By understanding their importance, you'll be better equipped to protect your financial fortress from cyber threats. Now that you understand the basics, let's move on to the practical steps. Your personal information is the first line of defense. In the digital age, the importance of protecting personal information cannot be overstated. It's like a moat around the castle of your finances. If the moat is breached, the castle is vulnerable. So, how do we ensure that our financial moat remains unbreachable? Let's start with passwords. They're the gatekeepers of our digital lives, and yet, often they're as flimsy as a paper shield. To fortify this defense, use strong, unique passwords. Avoid using obvious information like birthdays or pet names. Instead, opt for a mix of letters, numbers, and symbols. Remember, each password should be unique to each account. Using the same password for all accounts is like using one key for all your locks. If a thief gets hold of it, everything is at risk. Next, we have two-factor authentication, or 2FA. This is like adding an extra layer of armor to your defense. Even if a hacker manages to crack your password, they'll hit a roadblock with 2FA. It could be a code sent to your phone, a fingerprint scan, or even a facial recognition. It's an added inconvenience, yes, but for the sake of your financial security, it's a small price to pay. Lastly, let's talk about phishing attempts. These are the digital equivalent of a Trojan horse. They appear harmless, even helpful, but inside, they're packed with malicious intent. Phishing attempts often come in the form of emails or messages, urging you to click on a link or download an attachment. The rule of thumb here is, if it seems suspicious, it probably is. Be cautious, and when in doubt, don't click. Remember, your personal information is a key to your financial security. It's not just about protecting your money, it's about preserving your peace of mind. So take these steps, fortify your defenses, and keep your castle secure. Be the master of your financial future, and let your information be the unbreachable moat that protects it. Remember, Your personal information is a key to your financial security. Securing your transactions is the next step in protecting your money. We live in a world where a majority of financial transactions are digital. It's convenient, it's fast, and it's efficient. But it also presents a new set of challenges. The cyber world is a playground for hackers and thieves, and they are always on the lookout for a weak link. So how do you protect your hard-earned money? First things first, always use a secure connection. This might sound like a no-brainer, but you'd be surprised how many people overlook this simple step. A secure connection, often represented by a small padlock icon in your browser's address bar, means that the data you send over the internet is encrypted. In other words, it's scrambled into a code that's nearly impossible for hackers to crack. Next, let's talk about the method of payment. When shopping online, consider using a credit card instead of a debit card. Why, you may ask? Because credit cards generally offer better fraud protection. If someone does get a hold of your credit card information, the most you'll be liable for is $50. Debit cards, on the other hand, can give thieves direct access to your bank account. Lastly, use trusted payment gateways. These are services that process credit card transactions for you. Companies like PayPal, Stripe, or Square are all examples of trusted payment gateways. They have robust security measures in place to protect your information. But remember, always double-check the website you're using. Make sure it's the real deal and not a phishing site. So to sum it up, secure connection, credit card over debit card, and trusted payment gateways. These strategies won't make you invincible, but they will significantly reduce your risk. By securing your transactions, you can reduce the risk of financial loss. Remember, in the digital age, security is not a one-time thing. It's an ongoing process. Stay vigilant, stay safe, and keep your money where it belongs, in your pocket. Regular monitoring and updates are essential for maintaining your digital security. Peeking into your financial accounts regularly is more than just a good habit. It's a preventive measure against financial fraud. By keeping a watchful eye on your accounts, you can spot any suspicious activity before it escalates into a major problem. This includes checking for any unrecognized transactions, withdrawals, or transfers. If you notice anything odd, don't hesitate to contact your bank or financial institution. It's always better to be proactive rather than reactive when it comes to financial security. Now, let's talk about updates. You know those pesky notifications that pop up on your computer or phone telling you to update your software? Yes, those. While they might seem like a nuisance, they are actually critical for your digital security. You see, software developers regularly release updates not just to add new features, but also to patch any security vulnerabilities that they have discovered. By not updating your software, you're essentially leaving your digital door wide open for hackers to waltz right in. And while we're on the topic of updates, don't forget about your devices. That old phone or computer you're using, it might be a ticking time bomb. Older devices often lack the latest security features and are more vulnerable to attacks. So consider upgrading your devices or at least ensuring they're running the latest operating system. To make your life easier, you might want to consider using a credit monitoring service. These services keep an eye on your credit report and alert you to any changes, such as new accounts being opened in your name or significant balance changes. They can provide an extra layer of protection and peace of mind in the digital age. By staying vigilant and up to date, you can protect your money in the digital age. Remember, digital security isn't a one-time thing. It's a continuous process that requires your regular attention and action. But with these measures in place, you're well on your way to safeguarding your financial future. Let's recap what we've covered today. We began by introducing the significance of digital security in today's interconnected world. We dove into the basics, explaining how digital security works and why it's crucial for everyone, not just the tech-savvy individuals. We then turned our attention to the protection of personal information. We explored the various methods employed to safeguard our names, addresses, and especially our financial details from the prying eyes of cybercriminals. Next, we focused on securing transactions. We discussed the different tools and practices that can help ensure our online purchases and financial exchanges are carried out safely and securely. Finally, we highlighted the importance of regular monitoring and updates. We underscored the need to stay vigilant, to regularly check our accounts, and to always keep our security software up to date. Remember, in the digital age, your financial security is in your hands. Stay safe, stay secure.